Well, I'm joined today by Dr. Francisco Delgado, who is a Christian and also a physician who specializes in infectious diseases to help unpack that question. Paco, welcome.
Thank you, Pastor. Glad to be here.
What would you say to somebody who says there's conflict between science and Christianity?
The basic answer to that would be, I do not see any conflict between science and Christianity. And then we need to unpack a little bit on what does that mean for different people, because many people come from different backgrounds and they have a preconception of what is Christianity and what is the realm of science. From my perspective, when I became a Christian, I was pretty much into the sciences. Science has such an explanatory power that it really drew me into accepting it as a paradigm for the universe in itself. It was only when I went through a supernatural experience that I had to change that view and realize that it was not just this natural world, but also I had to give explanation for the supernatural world and for the possibility of the existence of God. And when I started to find that those conflicted with each other, what I've always fell back on is that if there is a God, this is a God of truth. And that truth should apply in all of the areas of life, of science, of religion. So whenever I saw a conflict, I would then say, okay, let me look at the facts, gather all the information that I can get, because I am sure that I'll be able to find the truth. It's just that maybe at some point I wasn't able to see it.
So from your standpoint, if there's a perception of conflict, then what you're saying is that many times that perception of conflict is due to an incomplete data set, and that as you expand the data set, what many times looks like conflict turns into harmony.
That is correct. And that lack of facts could be from the scientific community, but it also can be from a religious community. Those two areas really have to agree to each other if we're talking about a God of truth, yes.
Okay, and so why do you think then there's this perception that science and Christianity are in conflict? What do you think is the source of that viewpoint? Because it's rather common both in the church and outside the church, right?
Correct. I think it may boil down to a lack of dialogue, of true willingness to see other person's point of view and what their assumptions are about somebody else's worldview.